Hey everybody, this is Joe at Drumman Productions. What I want to show you today, basically, we're going to head down to Walters Hardware down in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania, and we're going to visit Brian. Brian is a Horizon Hobby representative that works at Walters Hardware, and he's going to show me how to bind my brand new Horizon Hobby E-Flight Advanced Electronic Flight UMX Citation Longitude Twin 30mm EDF plane. So I just want to show you what's inside the box, and this is an awesome park flight micro plane, and inside you get your instruction manual, as you see here. And really simple, it comes all together and everything. It's basically the plane inside. This is a beautiful jet. Look at that. Look how gorgeous this is. Wait till you see when it's all fired up. And we are going to take this bad boy out for a nice flight, and we'll do a little bit more detailed out in the field about it. Look at those chrome around the engines. You know, we have two twin engines inside there. We have a steering that's controlled off the rudder, and it just simply pulls off this way. You have to bear with me. It's all magnetic held on, and inside we have the battery compartment. Now, Brian Phillips, if everybody watches his channel, he found out that this plane runs best on a 2S, and what I did when I ordered it, before I sit there and watched it, I'm running it on a 3S 11.1 volt 800 milliamp battery, okay, 30C. We're going to be binding it up. Brian is going to show me how to bind it up and assign all the controls and everything with it, you know, the switches, on a brand new DX6 SPEKTRUM. And so basically, look at this. Isn't this gorgeous? It has lights underneath here. We'll show you. It is an absolute dream looking plane. It has a lot of look to it. Everything. It comes with AS3X technology and safe. Okay, so let's go on. Let's all head on down to Walters Hardware and visit Brian, and he's going to show us how to bind it up. And it's going to be an excellent. So if anybody wants to learn how to bind, he's going to show us how to bind it to the DX6. Okay, so let's head on over there right now. Thank you. We'll see you there in a second.
It's going to default to a model, and that's going to be right there.
Right.
And then if you ever wanted to add a model, press these two buttons down.
Okay.
This is going to go into your model select.
Okay.
Right now there's just one.
All right.
If you wanted to add one,
add
a model,
create
it.
Okay.
Now when we go back, now we're on number 2.
Okay.
If we press these two buttons down, now you'll see there's 2.
All right.
Okay, so we're going to start with number 1. Select that model. Then might as well name it.
Just name it the Citation or whatever.
If you ever get another plane named Citation, it's a full scale, full
right.
park flyer, you'll know that this is the small one.
Right. UMX.
And then when you always want to get back to where you were, you go up to the right hand corner. Usually it'll say back or it'll say list.
Okay.
Then we want to follow the directions in here.
Okay.
So you always start out with a blank model, which we did.
All right.
And then we want to go to reversing and make sure that they're all normal.
Okay.
So we want to go back up to the main screen.
Okay.
Then select servo setup.
Okay.
Click down to this selection where you're going to have either travel, sub trim, reverse.
Okay.
And we want to make sure that the reversing is all normal, which it is. They're all pointed down, which is normal.
Okay.
If you wanted to reverse a servo for whatever reason, some planes need to have them reversed, then you have to Okay. Move that shaded area to the top.
Okay.
And that would reverse. While we're in this menu, it says servo travel is 100%.
Okay.
So we want to go back to servo travel, and as you can see, they're all defaulted to 100%.
Okay.
Next thing we want to set is dual rates.
Okay.
So typically, your dual rates are going to be here.
Okay.
Dual rates in Expo.
Okay.
You can have dual rates for your ailerons, your elevators, and your rudder.
Okay.
And you can put that switch wherever you'd like. Normally it's here. I like that. Other guys like it. Everything under one switch. So whatever you prefer.
I don't know. What do you recommend?
And I'll put it all. I'll put everything under here. So
I want it as simple as possible.
I'm gonna put the. You're gonna select the switch.
Okay.
And when you want to select the switch, you highlight it and then just toggle whatever switch you want to assign, and it'll automatically select it for you. So that's switch F, which is, you look up here, you can see switch F.
It says G.
No, it says F. Oops, I'm sorry, F.
F is there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yep, not the top one. Sorry. So there. And it says high rates is 100, low is 70. So this is typically high. That'll be low.
Low, high, low.
And right now high is 100%. Put it in the low position. That's 100%, but we want to make it 70. So you lower it to 70.
Okay.
That's it. High is 100, low is 70. Then we go up, back up. Select elevator.
Okay.
Go back down to the switch.
Okay.
Toggle that. Put it under F. High rates is a 100. Low is 100, but we want to make it 70, so we'll lower it to 70.
Oh, I'm catching on here.
thicker.
Okay.
So now we got high rates at 100, low at 70.
Okay.
Now we do the same. Oops. Do the same thing for the rudder.
Rudder.
Go down to switch. Highlight that. Toggle that switch. Assign it. Go back up. High is 100. Low is 100. We want to make that 70.
Right.
High is 100. Low is 70.
Okay.
That's it for that one.
Mm-hmm.
Then we want to, so we got that. Check, check, check. Timer, 5 minutes. Now we want to go down and find the timer.
Number, range test, timer.
About that.
Yep.
Right now it's defaulted to 5 minutes,
Okay.
which is what it was, what it wants to be set at. So we want to leave it at 5 minutes.
Okay.
Okay, and that comes on when your throttle stick gets above 25% rate.
Okay.
So that's when your timer starts to, you hear that little beep?
Mm-hmm.
That means the timer is now started.
Okay.
That means the timer stopped.
Okay.
Okay, so that's default. We'll leave it at that.
Okay.
Now, throttle cut.
Mm-hmm.
That's a safety feature for the airplanes so that you can prevent the prop from turning if you accidentally bump the throttle.
Okay.
So the propeller doesn't spin.
Yep.
That usually goes under this
That
switch
one
right
there.
here.
Yeah.
Yep,
Okay.
that's where most people put it.
Right.
So if we scroll back up and find throttle cut,
Okay. Right there.
turn it on. Default is always inhibited.
Mm-hmm.
So you scroll down to inhibit,
Mm-hmm.
highlight it, toggle the switch that you want to put it under,
Okay.
switch H,
Okay.
press in to assign it.
Okay.
That's it.
That's
That's done.
That's done.
Done. 130%, just like it says there.
Okay.
Then we scroll up, go back to list,
Okay.
go back to main.
Okay.
Now we're ready.
All right.
So we got throttle cut under here.
Mhm.
This is high-low rates.
Mm-hmm.
That's it for
That's
this
it.
little plane.
We don't really need to do any of this other stuff right
Nope,
now.
doesn't. Well, this little plane doesn't need
Doesn't
it.
need to get
But other planes, if you ever had flaps,
Right.
this would be your flap switch.
Mm-hmm.
This is typically your, well, a lot of guys like to put their safe. If you're flying with safe, you put it under here.
All right, so let me ask you something.
retracts.
Where are you going to put like the safe, intermediate, and advanced on this? Because it has safe on this plane.
Safe is activated. Okay. Okay. All right. We got to assign this to a switch then.
Yeah.
All right. Just like this. So
Right. Okay.
typically we can, if you want the safe
Yes.
on, then we can put it on this switch here.
Okay.
But before we do that,
Mm-hmm.
you've got to make sure that switch is available.
Mm-hmm.
So you go down into the system setup
Mm-hmm.
menu.
All right.
Acknowledge that you're leaving the main menu.
Okay.
Then you got to go down to channel assignments.
Okay. Okay.
This is going to list your throttle, your aileron, your elevator, your rudder, and then with the DX6 you have 2 extra channels. You have a gear channel and you have an aux1.
Okay.
Then we go over to the next page,
Mm-hmm.
and this is what switches are assigned.
Okay.
These you can't change because these are
Right.
permanently assigned to the gimbals.
Correct.
Your gear channel and your aux1 channel can be assigned to any switch on this
Okay.
radio. All right.
All right.
And right now we want to make sure that switch A
Mm-hmm.
is assigned to one of these channels.
Okay.
It doesn't matter which one.
Okay.
Right now it's on the gear channel.
Okay.
But if you had a say a plane with flaps,
Mm-hmm.
okay, your flaps are going to go down on aux1.
Okay.
So aux1 would be your flap channel, and that's always typically assigned right to here.
Okay.
So you would want your safe up here on A.
Okay.
All right. Now if you had a plane with landing gear,
Right.
all right, now landing gear is going to go where the gear is.
Okay.
All right, and then if you have and then you'd have to assign aux1 to some switch
Okay.
to be your safe switch.
Very good.
Okay, so you always have to have an open switch
Okay.
to be able to assign safe.
Okay.
Okay.
Right.
So right now we're gonna say you wanted to change this for whatever reason.
Okay.
You highlight that, and then if you wanted to put it, I don't know, over here.
Okay.
Toggle that, and then you're set up.
Okay.
But we want to put it over back on A.
Mm-hmm.
So you highlight it.
Mm-hmm.
Got to highlight it first. Toggle that switch.
Okay.
And she's back on A.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So you assigned safe to this already. Is that what you did now?
Well, no,
Oh, okay.
you can't. Well, this will be the safe switch, but you can't assign it until you get the plane bound up to the model.
Okay.
Or the
That-
model bound up to the radio.
All right. So let me just see that switch I found. So it's either safe or not safe.
Right. It's either going on or off.
On or off. Okay.
Usually, I think
right.
this is safe off.
Mhm.
This is safe on. I believe that's how it's going to work.
Right. Okay.
Now, if you wanted to go a little further,
Okay.
you could assign voices to these switches
Mm.
to tell you exactly what it is. So, say, in other words, say you wanted this one to say throttle cut.
Okay.
You could go down to your custom voice setup,
Okay.
add a new sound event,
Mm-hmm.
switch change report,
Mm-hmm.
go into that. Right now there's no switch, nothing's assigned.
Okay.
So you go hit the inhibit, toggle that.
Okay.
Now we're going to be able to assign something to switch H.
Okay.
And so right now 0 is going to be 0 is going to be the motors are going to be active or
Okay.
on,
All right.
and position 1 is going to be throttle cut. So this is always going to be throttle cut.
Right.
Okay.
That's good.
So you can go into your silence, hit on silence, and now you can get into your sounds that you want to assign. And typically I'll put motors on
Okay.
for that, and then throttle cut on. So they give you some categories here to choose from,
Okay.
and let's see. This is going to be under general,
Okay.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah. So you just go scrolling through this until you find what you want. And there's throttle cut. We're going to put that on the other position. actually throttle cut on, and there's motor on.
Okay.
Put motor on there.
Okay.
Then we're going to put throttle cut on the other one. Throttle cut on. So now when we rotate these switch or change these switches,
throttle cut on, motor on.
Okay.
it'll announce.
So off, disarmed, armed.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay.
And
How about the timer? That's a good one. Like a timer warning or something.
oh,
like
that's
that.
automatic.
Oh, that's automatic.
Yeah. Yep. It'll start counting down.
Oh,
when you get down
when
to
you get okay.
when you get so low.
Are you able to change that timer?
Well, you can change anything you want.
You know.
Oh yeah.
5 minutes is good. How do you override it though? I mean, it's not like you just. I mean, there's no override or anything like that.
Well, I mean, if you want to fly to the bitter end,
Well, I don't go that far.
then you just keep flying.
Just
You
keep
know,
flying.
I mean,
Okay.
The radio's not going to turn off.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay.
You know,
All right.
I don't I don't suggest that because
Right.
you're really killing
The
your
light,
batteries.
you're killing the light
you know.
post. Yeah, I because on most things, either it'll when you bring it in, if you're going to take off, it'll pulse.
Well, yeah, you
pull.
really don't ever want to go down that low.
No.
Because that's really hurting the batteries.
Yeah.
You should always try to come in like a couple seconds, like 5-10 seconds before that
Right.
occurs.
Okay.
And you know, I mean, I'm not perfect. I
Right.
sometimes get carried away and
Yeah.
fly beyond that time. But usually I try to come in. You know, if the timer says 5 minutes, I try to come in at 4:50. You know.
I was out yesterday. I was on a 3S 3200 30C. I was out there. It just kept going. 15 minutes.
Yeah, it
I was just
depends on
flying and flying and flying.
Depends how you fly and the conditions. And
Yep.
all that, yeah. You have
Flying.
any batteries with you, did you?
Yeah.
Oh, did you?
I brought a battery
Oh,
here.
okay.
I charged it. I wish they made a smart battery that small.
Yeah, they might.
They might.
This is a 3-cell?
It's a 3S.
Oh yeah, 3-cell.
Buddy of mine out in
It's
Iowa.
gonna be pretty powerful.
Well, a buddy of mine out in Iowa prefers when he does a lot of testing. His name's Brian Phillips, and what it is that he found the plane to run much better on 2S for him.
Yeah.
But this is the battery that I'll get a 2S eventually. But yeah.
So
Yeah.
put the battery in the plane.
Yep.
Okay, and then you're going to see that board's going to go into bind mode.
Yep.
You're going to get a fast flash.
Fast
light.
flash.
Yep.
Okay.
Now, it's 2 ways you can bind.
All right.
2 ways you can do it. You can either go into the menu
Okay.
and scroll down to system setup
Okay.
and find the bind. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Then what you have to do is get yourself about 2-3 feet away. you know,
Okay.
and then press the bind button.
Okay.
Binding. DSMX 22 telemetry. Bind complete.
Okay. And if the bind's complete, it will indicate such.
Is there a way to turn the volume up on that?
Plane will reset. The volume controls are going to be here.
Okay.
You press the clear button.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's the clear. No, the back button. The back button will highlight the volume control.
You just turn it up a bit. There you go.
Volume 80.
Better.
Okay. So now you got
Throttle cut on.
that throttle cut on.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So now if I hit the throttle,
You're not getting anything.
now
Okay.
if I
Motor on.
turn the motor on, okay.
You ever fly this thing? You ever
Nope,
fly one?
not yet.
I watched a lot of videos on it. There's this little kid. He's so freaking awesome when he flies. He's unbelievable, this kid. Oh yeah, left, right, up, down.
Okay, so now your elevator up,
Up.
right?
Yep.
And that's high rates.
Yep.
If you want to go low rates,
Yep.
ever so slight change in it.
Right.
See it? See it?
Yep.
Now there's your ailerons, low rates.
Uh-huh.
Now high rates,
Okay.
ever so slight change. It's a slight change,
Right.
not much, but
Not
it's a
much.
slight change. Yeah. And then your rudder.
Well, you get more banking when you're in that safe mode.
You
I
can
know
see
you
the
get
rudder
more-
move.
Yeah. There you go. Cool.
Yep. And of course, the nose wheel moves with that.
Which one?
The nose wheel's
with the
going to
rudder.
move
With the rudder. Yeah, with the rudder.
Steer it. Yep.
Yeah. That thing whistles.
Okay, yes, it does. Right there. Now, if we want to do safe and put safe on this switch,
Yes.
at the point where you're connected, all right, which we are, we're connected, just hit your throttle cut so you don't accidentally bump this.
Okay.
And then what we want to do is sticks down into the inside, hold them, and then toggle this switch 5 times. See that?
Yeah.
Then it answered you.
It answered.
It answered you. So now, if we, and the real easy test is with the rudder. See how much rudder authority we have there?
Right.
Now, if I turn this switch up, there we go. Okay, there's safe on. So it
should be
trying to
chirping.
it's trying to get it around.
Right.
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 Now, if we go upside down, the ailerons are positioning to right the plane again.
Right.
Now, if we
There we
turn
go.
this off, switch down, you're upside down. You're upside down. You're staying upside
you're
down
full
until you
control.
control it
Right.
to come back around.
Okay.
Now, see the rudder? See how much rudder throw we have?
Yeah.
Now we're in safe.
Right.
I'm full right rudder.
Right.
Now I'm going to go off of safe.
Okay. Yeah.
That's the way you can tell if you're in safe or you're not in safe, is by the rudder.
All right. And you have the rate on low.
The rate is on high.
Is on high. Does it matter if it's on high or low on safe? No.
No, I can switch this down to low rates, and we can go in safe, and it's still going to counteract for you.
Okay.
Now the rudder,
Right.
there's right
Yeah.
rudder,
Yeah.
there's left rudder.
Right.
That's safe on.
Right.
There's safe off. See
Right.
how much more rudder authority
Yep,
you have?
yep.
So when you're on the ground taxiing, you probably always want to be in safe off so you can have more control.
Okay.
And then when you get ready to take off,
Okay.
put it in safe,
Right.
and then
Cool.
you go.
Cool.
And then when you get in the air, you can turn it on and off at your leisure.
So this thing is all set. So
All
now,
set for this plane, yes sir.
so we have. Which one was it? Safe is back, off, throttle,
Throttle cut on.
throttle cut on,
Motor on.
motor on. This one.
That's your safe.
Is there any way to assign a voice to it? Let's do that with safe on, safe off, or something like that. That way I don't get confused. I'm sure I'll be just fine.
Okay, so we'll do a voice setup for this.
They go feed
Add a new sound event. Switch change report switch.
They're right here. They're
Switch A. So 0 is going to be safe on.
okay.
And that's safe off.
Okay. 0 safe on.
Now, there's nothing in here that's actually going to say safe on and safe off. So I'm just going to have to pick something else.
Safety switch.
Safety switch, you can do that.
That'll work for me.
Yeah.
Safety switch on. Safety switch off.
That's perfect.
Okay, then if we got one more we can add on here.
Okay.
Okay, Bill, you're out of here.
Do your high-low rates.
Okay.
Okay, we're good.
We're going to go down to rates.
Okay.
And then we should have high rates and low rates. High rates and low rates.
Low rates. High rates.
Cool.
Okay. So, we got throttle cut.
Throttle cut on. Motor on. Low rates. High rates. Safety switch on. Safety switch off.
That's it.
That's it. Then when your timer,
That starts.
that starts it, and when it gets down to like a couple seconds remaining, you'll start hearing a beep,
Beep, beep.
beep, and then it'll And the timer, you can either have voice or you can have
Do voice.
vibration.
Do voice. Better off.
So your timer, we want to go down to the next page.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see, timer clear. We don't want that. There we go.
Okay.
So here's your event alerts.
Mm-hmm.
You can have every minute. No, I don't like that.
No.
1 minute to go, it'll give you a tone or it can give you a voice.
Give me a voice.
Then 20 seconds it's going to give you a tone or a voice.
Voice.
And then you got all this other stuff if you want.
That's good.
Yeah.
That gives me, that's enough.
Yep.
That's good.
Okay.
Fantastic.
Okay. That's it.
That's it. That was simple.
Well, I mean, that was a
simple
hard thing to set up.
that was
When you get certain a certain number of models under in the radio,
Yeah.
get yourself an SD card,
Okay.
the smallest
Mm-hmm.
capacity you can find.
Okay.
Don't get a big one. Get something like
16 gigabyte.
or less.
Less. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
And then you put that in there,
Right.
and then you can save all of your models
That way. Yeah.
to that card, and they'll be backed up in case something
Cool.
happens.
Cool. Great.
Yep.
I'll definitely do that. Yeah. For you, it was
But
simple.
with the other ones, you get something a little more difficult. It's really just following that flow chart.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
trial and error.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Yes, sir.
Appreciate that.
Yep.